Yeah. If you understand, we are actually so fortunate to have these scriptures because they give us such an in-depth understanding of everything. You know, uh, we have an understanding of who we are. We are the soul. We understand who is God. We understand what is prakriti, what is material nature, what is the interaction between the soul, prakriti, supreme lord, what is kala, what is time, what is karma. Very deep understanding of all this is there in scriptures, which any other scripture mostly you will not have. No other scripture talks about, very little talks about karma, destiny. Very few. काल का तो concept ही नहीं है. And Jiva, what is the characteristics of Jiva? Not there. Prakriti, not touched at all. So, we're so fortunate that we have all of this in so much of depth. So, if you are really interested in understanding our scriptures, I would really recommend our temple, has got many courses, for you to understand the scriptures very in depth, or even at a practical way. अपना जितना level है उतना ही सीखना है. There's a lot of options available, so please do that. Invest in understanding scriptures. खाली सनातनी सनातनी बोल के होता नहीं है कुछ. हम लोग लगता है आजकल वो हॉट टॉपिक है. Everyone says, गर्व से कहो हम सनातनी है. पहले बोले गर्व से कहो हम हिंदू है. अभी वो हिंदू से इट हैज गॉन टू गर्व से कहो हम सनातनी है. Okay, but no one knows what is Sanatan Dharma. No one knows what is Sanatan Dharma. किसी को कानो कान खबर नहीं, किसी को आइडिया नहीं. बस सनातन धर्म, सनातन धर्म के फॉलोअर्स को के ऊपर वो सब बड़े बड़ी बातें होती हैं. बट खुद हम लोग सनातन धर्म फॉलो नहीं करते हैं, बट हम लोग बोलते सनातन धर्म पे अटैक हो. You don't know what it is. So read scripture, पढ़ो, understand your scriptures, understand what they speak about, what is dharma, who is God, what is prakriti, what is kal, karma, like that. So yeah, in this particular verse, verse number 25, I'm just going to read this verse. It's a very beautiful verse, and we should uh, understand its meaning before we move on. Okay, so this is verse 3.25.25. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido भवन्ति हृत्कर्ण रसायना कथा तथा जोषनात् अश्वपरुत् अपवर्ग वर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिर अनुक्रमीष्यति. So it says, translation: in the association of pure devotees, discussions of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin. Okay, so very interesting, beautiful verse this is, because in this verse it is described first two things, that Krishna Katha in the association of pure devotees. If we hear Krishna Katha in the association of pure devotees, it is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. Okay, so let us try to understand, and what result it gives comes in the second part of this verse. That what is it about the association of a pure devotee? I we cannot speak on this topic with conviction because we don't understand what a pure devotee means. But still, let us try to at least explore. मतलब हम लोग वो जैसे telescope लगा के, you put a telescope into the sky, you can see some stars. You can see many stars, and you can see little close, little closer than what you can see with the naked eye. But you can't understand that star. You can't understand that moon. You can just see it a little bit closer than what, so we are trying to do that over here, right? So the Krishna Katha in association of sadhus, is it so pleasing and satisfying? You know, of course, we are connected to ISKCON, many of us are connected for 15, 20, 25 years. So we have been fortunate to have association of pure devotees, of genuine, real, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, genuine devotees, sadhus, whose whole life is nothing but service to Guru and Krishna. Like the description we had last time of what is a sadhu, right? So, I mean, I can only speak of experiences. I cannot, talk much about this, but we have had experiences where, His Holiness Ramana Swami Maharaj, for example, when he used to give katha, Bhagavad Katha, sometimes the lecture, I'm giving you an example कि कैसा होता था. Okay, we used to start in the morning with Srimad Bhagavatam class. We would reach the temple at 7 बजे तक सुबह पहुंच जाते थे मंदिर में. And मंदिर में श्रृंगार दर्शन and everything, गुरु पूजा के बाद immediately Bhagavatam class. Now the whole system has changed. This is how it was earlier. After Guru Puja, there will be Brahma Samhita and then the Bhagavatam class. Bhagavatam class would start by like 8:45, 9. And that would go until 10:30, 11, 1.5 hours. Okay? Lecture, very nice lecture. And then after that, we take Khichdi Prasad, we do some seva, and then again at 1 o'clock, Sunday feast starts. Sunday feast would start with some kirtan. Kirtan would go on for about half an hour, 1:30 जैसा. 1:30 lecture would start. It would go until 4, 2.5 hours. Okay? 4 बजे तक lecture चलता है. And then 4 o'clock को kirtan would start. And kirtan would go on for another 1 hour. 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, people would go down for prasad. And then, प्रसाद देके ऐसे लॉइटर सब डिवोटीज के साथ मिलते 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 धीरे धीरे हम लोग घर जाते थे. एट 6 o'clock मतलब लिटरली झाड़ू मार के हम लोग को निकालना पड़ता था. हम लोग ऐसे पड़े रहते थे. So, I'm just telling you that what is it that attracts, right? See, very difficult to analyze it, very difficult to describe it. But sometimes Maharaj, once he spoke when George Harrison, one of the Beatles, was a great devotee, and very follower of Srila Prabhupada. When he passed away, Maharaj in the Sunday feast, he started at 1:30, he went till 6:30, 5 hours. 5 hours continuous. When Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj passed away, he spoke for 6 hours. And koi apne chair se hila bhi nahi. Nobody got up, nobody moved. Just spellbound. When when he spoke about the Brihad Bhagavatamrit. Brihad Bhagavatam, this is in 1999. Lectures are still there online, it is there on ISKCON Desire Tree. So if you want to hear, you can hear it. So he spoke on Brihad Bhagavatamrit for I think 2-3 days it went on. And it was so spellbinding. It is almost like, the whole pastime is coming alive in front of your eyes. So, yeah. So when someone like this is speaking, a devotee is speaking, a genuine devotee is speaking, they are not memorizing the pastime and glowing it on you. They are practically it. The way when we are hearing, we get the experience that इनको आंखों के सामने दिख रहा है, वो खाली बता रहे क्या दिख रहा है करके. It is like that, and I can give you innumerable examples of this. I mean, so many people. I've seen Tamal Krishna Maharaj speaking. I've seen Giriraj Maharaj speaking. I've seen Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, Mayapur wale. I've heard him speaking. These people when they speak, it is not like हम लोग कैसा lecture prepare करके points बना के बात करते हैं. इनके पास कोई point भी लिखा हुआ नहीं रहता. Just speak, and it is like they can see the pastime in front of. And the best part is audience में जो बैठा है उनको भी दिखता है. they can also literally experience that pastime. When Maharaj was speaking about Vidal Bhagavatamrit, at that time, what happened? He started speaking, and at one point of the pastime, it became so heavy. The whole, the pastime is so heavy that everyone, I was looking around, when I was listening, at one point, मेरे आँख से ऐसा आंसू बहने लगे. I started crying because it was too emotional. What Maharaj was speaking, and I became very embarrassed when I tried to wipe my face. And then I looked around, whole audience, everyone was. It was an experience, right? So I'm saying that this is what happens. Krishna Katha and the association of sadhus is very pleasing, not just to the ear. सुनने में अच्छा लगता है. See, कोई भी कथा करता है, राम कथा करता है, कृष्ण कथा करता है, भागवत कथा करता है, सुनने को अच्छा लगता है, right? But here it's not just satisfying to the ear, satisfying to the heart. See, our biggest problem in this world is we are all looking for satisfaction, but we are looking in the wrong place. We are using the wrong tools. गलत tools का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं हम लोग to look for satisfaction. Real satisfaction is to be had by hearing Krishna Katha. And that is what is being spoken over here. Because when we hear this very satisfying Krishna Katha from the mouth of a pure devotee, what happens? It can give you ruchi, asakti, bhava, and prema in sequence. That is what is being spoken over here. That the process of devotional service takes you through various stages, right? We start with adho shraddha. Shraddha means faith. We start with little faith. Our faith is not very firm. हम लोग को जरा सा हवा आया तो उस तरफ उड़ेंगे और एक हवा आया तो उस तरफ उड़ेंगे. हम लोग को we don't have that firm faith. We're still shraddha. Shraddha is komal. Very soft faith is there. But with faith we start. Adho shraddha तथा साधु संग भजन क्रिया. We come in the association of saintly people and we do bhajan kriya. What is bhajan kriya? We hear, we chant, we do kirtan. We're going to do chanting after the lecture today. We'll do some kirtan also if time permits. So all these things we do. We come in the association of devotees and we do bhajan kriya. After bhajan kriya, the fourth stage, shraddha, sadhu sangha, bhajan kriya. Fourth stage is anartha nivritti. This is the first, मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, tangible आपको, so you get that impression. Anartha nivritti is like all the anarthas that in our heart, that are there in our heart. इसने अपने को इस material world में से जकड़ के रखा है, tightly bound us to this material world. Lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, illusion. These anarthas are, कि ऐसा मेटलिक क्लिप डाल के ऐसा जमीन में बांध के गाड़ के रखा है हमने. We are not able to get out of material world because these anarthas. Anartha nivritti, liberated from these anarthas. That is the fourth stage, this bhakti journey. So, Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj, one of the disciples of Prabhupada, he speaks, that this anartha nivritti is really tough to achieve. He says it's very difficult to get to anartha nivritti. Through the process of bhakti, हम लोग jokingly बोलते हैं ना कि अभी हम लोग किधर है भक्ति में, हम लोग तो साधु संग भजन किया, वही हमारा लूप चल रहा है. Correct? We say it jokingly. And ऐसा अनंत निवृत्ति पता नहीं कब होगा, कि जन्म में होगा मालूम नहीं, right? So he describes that it is like climbing a mountain. It's like climbing a mountain. So climbing a mountain is always tough. It's never easy. To defeat your anarthas by constant purification, by constant chanting, constant doing good sadhana, it's tough. It requires discipline. It is like agar aap, if you say that, "Arey, but I am chanting properly only. I am doing 15 rounds every day. रोज 16 माला कर रहे हैं, रोज 16 माला कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उसके साथ हम लोग 256 16 स्क्वायर माला ऑफ सेंस एंजॉयमेंट करते हैं. We try to enjoy material sense gratification along with our japa. So how do we expect? It is like, आप एक तरफ what example I can give you? It is like a person, who is वो ऐसा उसको वो एक जगह पे जाता है, goes to a place, and park में जाता है वो, and park में he's sitting on a bench nicely, and suddenly एक bird उसके ऊपर कुछ stool, bird pops on him, so like ऐसा वो करता है, एक छोटा सा दाग लगा रहता है उसका अच्छा कपड़े पे, छोटा सा दाग, ऐसा ऐसा करता है, and then suddenly what happens, he's thinking that छोटा सा दाग लग गया, and then suddenly एक सीमेंट का बड़ा वो जो मिक्सर रहता ना बड़ा, वो सीमेंट का मिक्सर अपना पूरा लोड उसके ऊपर डंप कर दे, भाज करके, वो एक छोटा सा दाग का सोच रहा है, and one full load of cement is dumped on, he's like full of cement all over. That is our situation every day. When we are chanting, we chant and we feel, how did this thought come into my mind? When I'm chanting, one small thing we get disturbed. And then whole day we are bathing in sense gratification. And then we wonder, अनर्थ निवृत्ति क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? अरे बाबा, अनर्थों को आप रोज ईंधन दे रहे हो, तो कैसे होगा? It takes time. So like that, anartha nivriti is tough. We need to be sincere in our bhakti. We need to ensure that we don't, on one side, try to pour oil in the fire, and on the other side pour one full bucket of water. That fire will never burn. Very tough, right? So अग्नि को प्रज्वलित करना है, अब उसको you want to keep it alive, then yeah, we have to make some sacrifices, right? Like that. So anartha nivriti के बाद what comes? Anartha nivritti syar nishtha. Nishtha means strong, firm, immovable faith. Today our faith, as I said, is very कोमल. थोड़ा सा हवा लग गया तो वो faith हिल जाता है. Little bit of breeze comes and our faith is shaken. Someone says, "Oh, you're Krishna. He does anything." ऐसा भी तो तुम लोग कृष्णा को worship करते हैं. हम लोग ऐसा डर जाते हैं, क्या बोलोगी सर? And our faith is shaken. But if we have gone through the process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Sincerely, we have chanted Hare Krishna, we have chanted the Veda, we have heard Hari Katha, we have associated with devotees, we have taken Krishna Prasad, we have worshipped deities, we have done the process. And then we get Anartha Nivriti. It is like the first dividend that you get. आपने किसी कंपनी का शेयर कभी खरीदा है, एंड सालों साल से वो शेयर पकड़ के बैठे हो, एंड वो शेयर वो आगे बढ़ता ही नहीं है, उसका प्राइस वहीं पे अटका है वो प्राइस, अपना वही सिचुएशन. Like there used to be the joke ITC शेयर, पता है ITC कंपनी जो सिगरेट्स बनाते हैं. So there's been a lot of jokes that used to go around about ITC शेयर कि वो पिछले 15 साल से वही 200 रुपए पे अटका हुआ. I know because अपना कंपनी के ग्रुप्स पे वगैरह ये जोक्स आते रहते हैं, तो आईटीसी के बारे में बोलते हैं. So for many years that share is stuck at that same price और डिविडेंड भी नहीं मिला. तो आदमी सोच रहा है यार कितने साल से रखा है, अब इसको कैसे बेचूं मैं, कभी तो कुछ तो प्रॉफिट मिले फिर मैं बेचूं, राइट? सो एवरीवन इज वेटिंग दैट या तो डिविडेंड मिले या तो शेयर प्राइस अप्रिशिएट हो, दोनों नहीं हो रहा है. ये हमारा यही सिचुएशन. Situation is same. We are following process of bhakti not so sincerely. I mean, we are doing, but we are not so sincere. We are like थोड़ा बहुत कर रहे हैं, इससे ज़्यादा कितना कर सकते हैं, practical कलयुग चल रहा है. So we'll be compromising on our bhakti, and we are not seeing any appreciation in share price. मतलब अपना share price क्या है अपने लिए? Our consciousness. अपना कॉन्शियसनेस कुछ आगे बढ़ नहीं रहा है, हमको तो वही अभी भी वही सब सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन ही अच्छा लगता है. ये प्रोग्राम में आके यहाँ पे 1.5-2 घंटा बैठना अपने को लगता है तो दुनिया पे उपकार किया मैंने बहुत बड़ा, by coming here for 2 hours. So that is our state. We are still अपने का शेयर प्राइस बढ़ा नहीं है, वही का वही है, ऊपर से डिविडेंड भी नहीं मिल रहा है, कुछ ऐसा टेंजिबल कुछ हाथ में आया प्रॉफिट, देन दैट हाँ यार ये प्रोसेस अच्छा है, वो भी नहीं मिल रहा है, डिविडेंड भी कोई खास मिल नहीं रहा है, छोटा मोटा मिलता है बट नथिंग बिग, मेजर ऐसा बोनस शेयर नहीं मिलता है. अनर्थ निवृत्ति इज लाइक दैट फर्स्ट डिविडेंड. ऐसा डिविडेंड मिलता है कि आप वाह, उसके बाद वो शेयर प्रोसेस, शेयर में आपको फुल फेथ आ जाती है, कम लाइक वेरी वेरी कन्विंस्ड, या दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट टू इन्वेस्ट इन. So that is what it is, anartha nivriti. After anartha nivriti, we continue hearing Krishna Katha, then we get the nishtha, which is firm faith. Then we get ruchi. Ruchi is taste. See, today we are performing bhakti. We are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. We are chanting Hare Krishna. But do we have taste? Honestly, maybe 5%, किसी का 15 रहेगा, किसी का 25-30 भी रहेगा. But taste नहीं है अपने पास. क्या है? वो थोड़े के बेसिस पे हमारा गाड़ी चल रहा है. You know, somehow chanting because of that. But what if you said Hare and you can experience Srimati Radharani's mercy? You chant Krishna and you can experience Krishna. You know, Hare Krishna bola and you immediately experience Radha Krishna. You are experiencing the taste of the holy name. It is each word, each syllable is tasting like nectar for you. मतलब आपको उतना उसमें स्वाद आ रहा है. What if you could get there? Wonderful, no? So what is being said here? That simply hear Krishna Katha and the association of sadhus, it will give you ruchi. Ruchi means taste. Now, when you chant with taste, without taste, you are chanting, you are kind of surviving. With the taste, if you are chanting, what will happen? You are chanting, then you फिर आपको किसी को बोलना नहीं पड़ेगा कि प्रभु जी आज का हुआ क्या 16 माला. किसी को बोलना नहीं पड़ेगा, अपने आप कर पाओगे. You will be able to do because now there's taste. You know, like दवाई आपको, somebody gives you a medicine. Someone gives you a medicine and you have that medicine. And medicine, like छोटे बच्चे लोग, give a medicine, कड़वा medicine. She won't touch it only. छुएगी तो जबरदस्ती ऐसा नाक बंद करके उसके मुंह में डालना पड़ेगा तो ही दवाई लेती. करेक्ट. वैसे ही we also अपना नाक बंद करके हम लोग हरे कृष्ण चैंट करते हैं because we don't have a taste. But if you get the taste, no one needs to tell you. You will chant continuously. That's how it works. And because we chant with asakti, we get, the next stage. We chant with ruchi, we get the next stage, which is asakti, which is attachment. We start getting attached to Krishna. Really become very strongly attached to Krishna. The next stage after that is bhava, where there's an emotion, there's a feeling of emotion and love for Krishna. And prema is pure love for Krishna. I'm not going there because वो अपना syllabus से बाहर है. But I'm just saying that these are the different stages. And what is being said here, very interesting. Supreme Lord himself is saying that when we hear like this Krishna Katha and the association of sadhus, it's very pleasing and satisfying to the ear. First, वो तो है ही. But इसके अलावा ये आपको क्या देगा? रुचि, आसक्ति, भावा and prema in sequential order. मतलब वैसा दिया है कि अनुक्रम, one by one you will get these things like that. So yeah, so then the rest of the chapter it mentions that the practice of jnana and yoga, because he's speaking about 3 topics as I said. One is bhakti, jnana and yoga. So the rest of the chapter mentions the practice of jnana and yoga without bhakti. To do jnana yoga, or just Ashtanga yoga without bhakti, they are incomplete. The Lord is saying this. And then the characteristics of a devotee in bhava attained through Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. Again, very technical, not getting into it. Okay. Then the chapter 26, this 3.26, it speaks about various topics. Okay, so now from here I'm running a little fast. Stay with me because thoda philosophical hai. I'll try to quickly run through it, because we want to complete and move back to the past times. So he speaks about the jiva, prakriti, about the different elements of creation, about the senses, and about the Virat Rupa. So, jiva and prakriti, one very interesting point that is mentioned over there. We are jiva, who is prakriti? Material nature. Material nature is prakriti. She is the external energy of the Lord. Okay. And we are the jiva is the internal energy of the Lord. So, what is being mentioned over here is that the jiva, after seeing the various forms offered by prakriti, Prakriti, material nature, is offering various forms. By seeing these forms, the jiva becomes bewildered by avidya. What is this avidya? It is called jnana guhaya. That means what knowledge the soul, spirit soul, actually is Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda means it is eternal, full of knowledge, and full of bliss. So if somebody is full of knowledge, the soul is actually full of knowledge, then how the soul gets bewildered? How the soul forgets that I am not this body? Sorry, how the soul forgets that I am not this body, I am the soul. How he starts thinking that I am this body, I am this pig, I am this horse, I am this dog, I am this elephant, I am this human being, I am Siddhartha Sangadi, chemical engineer, MBA. How this happens? Maya, through the knowledge covering feature of material nature, Prakriti. Because if we are in full knowledge of who I am, can we enjoy material world? Difficult, no? Thoda fight hai, because if you are actually convinced, I am not this body, I am the soul, then whatever investment of time, money, effort I am putting on this body, it is a big waste of time. I need to invest in what? Activities of the soul. I need to practice bhakti. अगर ये हमको theoretically मालूम है और practically realize भी हुआ, उसके बाद everything that we do, it is like, अगर आपको पता चल गया, if you come to know, right? I'm not, I hope किसी को ऐसा पता ना चले, but suppose you come to know through the grapevine, you are going to be sacked. आपका नौकरी जाने वाला है परसों. अगर आपको थ्रू ग्रेपवाइन समझते हैं ना सबको, मतलब अंदर की खबर आपको किसी ने बता दिया, भाई साहब आपकी तो नौकरी गई, 2 दिन में आपको पिंक लेटर आने वाला है, पिंक स्लिप. ओके, ये जानने के बाद आप नेक्स्ट 2 दिन कितने एंथुसियाज्म के साथ काम करोगे? हाउ एंथुसियास्टिकली यू विल वर्क? विल यू बी एंथुसियास्टिक? नहीं नहीं, दिस कंपनी हैज, मेरे घर की एक एक ईंट इसके ऐसे ऐसे बनी है, मुझे सिंसियरली काम करना चाहिए. कर पाएंगे क्या? नहीं कर पाते. इट इज वेरी टफ बिकॉज यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दैट अभी मेरा यहाँ पे कोई काम नहीं है, वुड बी सैड, राइट? वेरी डिफिकल्ट. सेम वे, इफ वी न्यू that अरे I have been covered over by ignorance, I am not this body, I am the soul, if we really knew it, we can't enjoy. So therefore Maya puts curtain over our intelligence, jnana guhaya, it covers our knowledge so that we can, it's like ignorance is bliss, no? If you don't know 2 days are going to be sad, those 2 days will work very hard, and then on that day when the letter comes, sorry sir, you're not wanted anymore, please leave, right? So Maya covers our intelligence like that, and we get bewildered by avidya. That avidya makes us feel that, I am this body, I am a lizard. Lizard is attracted to whom? Female lizard. Now if any of the mataris in this room, अगर आपको चिपकली दिख गई घर के अंदर, right? Like that day, yesterday, in the bathroom, morning, my wife went in the bathroom and I heard a loud scream. And she said, that was a lizard. A lizard का size कितना था? इतना छोटा. Baby lizard था. But वो lizard देख के ऐसा immediately we get so. But when the mother lizard sees that baby lizard, उसको ऐसे हृदय में प्रेम आता है, मेरा बच्चा कितना. When that lizard grows up, the male lizard looks at the female lizard and says, beautiful lizard. He's attracted, right? That's how it works. That is what this Jnana Guhaya is. It convinces you कि आप ये शरीर में हो, ये शरीर में आपको ऐसे enjoy करना है, ऐसे आपको, you have to eat this kind of food. So the lizard, even if the soul in the previous birth, if the soul was a cow, soul was in a cow's body, Cow eats what? Grass. Cow doesn't eat anything else, eats grass. Will a cow ever eat a grasshopper? Will it ever eat an insect over here? Cow will never eat. But that soul which is in the cow's body, if it goes into a lizard's body, in that lizard's body, it is convinced my food is these insects. वो जाके घास नहीं ढूंढता है, वो insects ढूंढता है. Amazing, na? What is the power of Maya to bewilder the spiritual soul? Right? This is what is Jnana Guhaya. Right? So that's what he says. So he speaks about these things, Jnana, Prakriti, different elements, senses, Virat Rupa. Then in chapter 27, okay, he speaks about, Bhakti Mishra Jnana. So Jnana which is mixed with Bhakti, and it is aimed at impersonal liberation. So in this, there is a interesting, yeah, there is an interesting thing in this chapter entitled Understanding Material Nature. Okay, there is one section, verse 7 to 10, which talks about the 18 qualities to be cultivated by the Jnani. Very interesting. I'll just quickly run through. Okay, so if you want to be a Jnani, we have already discussed. Jnana means sannyas. Jnana marg means sannyas to lena padega, and you have to, not Jnana actually, Jnana you can do without sannyas, but for the Ashtanga, to definitely sannyas is must. Okay, but that's possible. But for Jnana also, what are the things you need to do? You need to, really leave everything and just start looking at scriptures and analyzing the world. This is material, this is spiritual, material, spiritual, like that. So some characteristic he speaks about, qualities to be cultivated by the Jnani. First, equality to all jivas. Equality to all jivas, meaning even the lizard, you will be equal to them. You will not see them as, you will not see that this is material. Oh, this is a lizard. This is a spirit soul stuck in the body of a lizard. Equality. No enmity. No intimate connections. Aprasanga, meaning that even with husband and wife, no intimate connection. Brahmacharya, celibacy. Mauna, being grave, not talking too much. Jnani doesn't talk too much unless pulled into a debate. He's very grave. Swadharma baliyasa, offering one results of one's activities to the Lord. That whatever through dharma, what I'm getting, offering, not being attached to that, but this is material, giving it away. Then satisfaction with what comes of its own accord. Matlab, a jnani will not endeavor too much to get satisfaction. मेरे को ये करना है, मेरे को घर बनाना है, मेरे को सेकंड होम बनाना है, मुझे हाइब्रिड खरीदना है. Whatever comes of its own accord, अपने आप जो by karma, by Lord's will, what comes, a jnani is satisfied by that. Then ये difficult वाला है, regulated eating. Okay, mita bhuk, regulated eating, thoughtful, living in a secluded place. Why? Because if you are living in a big society of people, when you will have time to study scripture? I mean, so living in a secluded place. Okay. Then peaceful, friendly, compassionate, self-possessed, determined. This is interesting. No bodily identification or attraction for bodily relationships. I mean, this may not all happen from day one, but we have to get here. This is what a jnani is supposed to do. That not identifying with the body, that I am so handsome, I am so old, I am so young, I am so tall, I am so well built. No material identification with the body or with other bodies also for bodily relationships. No attraction. Transcends three stages of material consciousness, seeing the reality by realized knowledge of spirit and matter. So it transcends, the jnani is able to transcend material consciousness by realized knowledge of spirit and matter, not just theoretical, not that neti, that this is material, this is spiritual, this is material, spiritual. He's able to transcend, actually go beyond and realize knowledge. So these are some of the qualities to be cultivated by the Jnani, and this is what is mentioned in the 27th chapter. Okay, 28th chapter, and we'll spend some time on this one. How much time we have here? Which is about Ashtanga Yoga. The 28th chapter is entitled Lord Kapila's instructions on the execution of devotional service, but it speaks about the limits of Ashtanga Yoga. Anyone knows what is Ashtanga Yoga? Kisko pata hai? Ashtanga Yoga kya hai? Anyone knows? Yeah, the sixth chapter of Bhagavad Gita also it is mentioned, but there it is very मतलब ऊपर से है. यहाँ पे थोड़ा और डिटेल में दिया गया है. So the it's this chapter speaks about meditation in Ashtanga Yoga, and it is mentioned. Huh? Yeah, it starts with yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, and then pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Okay, ashta anga, 8 anga it has. So it starts with yama and niyama. See, our understanding of yoga, maybe not people in this room, but one would say 99% of the people in this world who have some understanding have at least heard the word yoga. उनका क्या conception है yoga का? Asana is the exercises that are to be done. So it is like saying कि मैं direct स्कूल में कोई बच्चा है वो बोलता है मैं डायरेक्ट 5th स्टैंडर्ड में एंट्री लेगा. नहीं बेटा, पहला आपको नर्सरी, जूनियर, सीनियर, फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ करना पड़ेगा. उसके बाद आप यू कैन गो टू 5th स्टैंडर्ड. नहीं 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 नहीं, मेरे को 5th स्टैंडर्ड में ही एंट्री लेना है, बिकॉज़ मेरे को वही समझता है. वो नर्सरी टू 4th स्टैंडर्ड का जो सिलेबस है ना, वो मेरे को उसमें मजा नहीं आता है. आई डोंट वांट टू डू, और आई डोंट नो ओनली. My teacher has not taught me only. मेरे को मालूम ही नहीं, आइडिया ही नहीं है कि what is this, right? So therefore, let us spend a few minutes to understand what is yama niyama. So Prabhupada, has given the description, but I am just going quickly. Okay, yama and niyama. So here, Lord Kapila Dev is saying, I will describe the yoga system, Bhakti Mishra Ashtanga Yoga, the object of which is to concentrate the mind. By following the mind, by following this, the mind attains the joyful spiritual path. Okay, so first is yama and niyama. Okay, in that verse 2 and 4, 2 to 4. First, Swadharma Charanam Shaktya. Execute prescribed duties to the best of ability. Avoid performing duties not allotted. Okay? Meaning, jo aapko duty, what duty has come to you by your destiny, you perform that duty and avoid duties that are not allotted. Were you allotted, anyone allotted you the duty of being on phone? Looking at WhatsApp messages? Looking at Instagram, Facebook feed? Looking at various movie sites, OTT channels, ये आपका ड्यूटी में था, किसने एलोकेट किया था, ये आपका धर्म है, आपको ये करना है रोज, नहीं किया ना, तो यहाँ पे पहले वाले में अपना विकेट गिर रहा है. ओके, इट्स सेइंग दैट अवॉइड परफॉर्म ड्यूटीज नॉट अलॉटेड, then satisfied with what is achieved by Lord's grace. See, yama and niyama is all this. This is what is meant by yama and niyama. पहला तो यहाँ से शुरू करता है, फिर उसके बाद आता है आसना, प्राणायाम, ये सब बाद में आता है. Worshipping the lotus feet of a spiritual master. You must have a guru. You can't just do dhyana yoga, ashtanga yoga without a guru. Cessation of conventional religious practices. जो आज तक जो करते आ रहे थे छोटा मोटा इधर उधर का, वो सब बंद करो. Attraction to those which lead to salvation. Eating very frugally. मतलब बहुत कम खाना. See, this is the beauty of Bhakti Yoga. हम लोग आपको कोई नहीं बोलता कि आप कम खाओ, खाओ खाओ. But Ashtanga and Jnana, you are supposed to control your senses. Of course, in Bhakti also we should control our senses. It's not that we can just go haywire. But here, शुरुआत में ही बोला है पहला रुको, पहला ये करो, फिर आप इसका next step कर सकते हैं, right? Okay. Then always remaining in a secluded place. Okay, meaning what? You have to give up your family. Perform this, you cannot be with your family. Ashtanga yoga cannot be done. मैं family में रहेगा और मैं अष्टांग योग करेगा नहीं होता. Give up. Non-violence, truthfulness, refraining from threat, possessing only whatever is necessary. Brahmacharya, here also, celibacy, austerity, cleanliness, study of the Vedas, worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, maunam, silence. So this is what is meant by yama and niyama, which are the first two steps of Ashtanga Yoga. So you may say, तो बहुत austerity है, difficult है ये किसी ने हमको बताया नहीं था, correct? Because Srila Prabhupada says that without control over your senses and without control over bad habits, there is no question. He says, Prabhupada uses the word that there is no question of meditation. What is this meditation? People say, I am doing meditation. If you don't have control over your senses, you're not even trying. It's not meditation. You will only end up meditating on sense objects. ध्याय तो विषयाम पुंसाम. हम लोग ध्याय तो विष्णु करते ही नहीं है, ध्याय तो विषयाम पुंसाम करते हैं. तो विषय ध्याय तो विष is correct, is same, but वो नू नहीं है. विषयो, we get into विषयो. ध्याय तो विषयाम पुंसाम. So Prabhupada says this is yama niyama. This is the starting point. After this comes asana. Asana means sitting in a proper place on a proper asana in proper posture with your back erect in the lotus pose. There's a lot of description given. I'm not going. I'm going to just quickly upar se bol raha hu that you should be established in a seat in a clean place, sitting in a swastika asana and keeping the body straight. Keeping the body straight means अभी जैसे आप लोग सब बैठे हो, most of you are sitting straight, but हम लोग थोड़े टाइम में क्या करते हैं, ऐसा नीज पकड़ने लगते हैं, ये होता है वो होता है. इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. बहुत टाइम तक ऐसा बैठना भी मुश्किल है. तो हियर फर्स्ट इज आसन, देन कम्स प्राणायाम. प्राणायाम मींस breathing exercises, controlling our and breathing, not that wala, not for bodily health. This pranayam is being done so that we can control our mind. हम लोग को खाली वो पेट कम करने के लिए हम लोग. So we use yoga completely on bodily concept. But if you read here Srimad Bhagavatam, that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is so wonderful. It's got everything. It's like an encyclopedia. सब कुछ है. Right? So बोल रहे हैं कि that we control our mind through our breathing. Right? Then it says, one should purify the passage of prana by practice of inhaling, holding, and exhaling, or reversing the process, so the mind becomes steady. Okay. Then after that comes pratyahara. Okay, so this asana and pranayama, which is what we think is yoga, this is the third and fourth stage. Okay. Then comes pratyahara. Okay. So if you have learned through the process of yama niyama, you have lived a regulated lifestyle you have created. Through the process of asana and different asana and the pranayam, you have learned to control your mind. Then comes pratyahara. That is the next stage. What is pratyahara? Pratyahara means withdrawing senses from material objects and concentrating the mind on the heart. Going to the heart and concentrating on the form of the Lord. That is where Pratyahara. Now it starts getting serious. So in Pratyahara, here in verse 13 to 18, okay, a full description of the Lord's form for dharana, which is the next one. Sorry. So Pratyahara is actually withdrawing the mind from material objects and not allowing the mind to go on to any material sense object. So even आँख के सामने, so that is why हम लोग आँख के सामने कुछ आने ही नहीं देते by going to the forest. This dhyana yoga is supposed to be practiced in a secluded place, in the forest, right? Why? So that sense object सामने आएगा ही. Maybe a deer will come, maybe a tiger will come, maybe maybe a hedgehog will come, maybe something will come, but you will not be attracted by those things because you are covered by that ignorance that you're only attracted to opposite sex, you're not attracted to other animals. So we go to the forest where there is no distraction and fix the mind on, withdraw the senses from material objects and concentrate mind on the heart. Then the next stage is what's called dharana. Excuse me. So dharana mein, we are fixing the mind on the Lord's form. Okay. And I'll just read to you what a beautiful description is given about the form of the Lord. Okay. So it is said that prasanna vadanam bhojam, cheerful lotus-like countenance. He has Padma Garbha Runekshanam, ruddy eyes, reddish eyes, like the interior of a lotus. This is the description that is given, okay, of the overall form of the Lord. Swati body means little darkish body, like petals of a blue lotus. Shankra Chakra Gadadharam bears a conch, discus, mace, and lotus in the hands. Loins covered by a shining cloth, yellowish like lotus filaments. Srivatsa mark, curl of white hair on the chest. Kaustuva gem suspended from his neck. Garland of forest flowers humming with intoxicated bees. So forest flowers garland humming with intoxicated bees. Bees come near forest flower, right? Priceless pearl necklace, Paradya Hara Har Valaya. Priceless pearl necklace and bracelets, crown, armlets, and anklets, hips encircled by a girdle, stands on the lotus of the devotee's heart. Most charming to look at, gladdens Mano Nayana Vardhana, gladdens the eyes, mind, and heart of devotees. Eternally very beautiful, Abhichya Darshanam Shashvat, eternally very beautiful. Sarva Loka Namaskrityam, worshipable by all inhabitants of every planet. Santam Vayasi Kaichore, situated in youth and boyhood, means he looks eternally young. He is not like with an old white beard and bald, like some religions they depict like that. No, God is beautiful. Eager to bestow blessings upon his devotees. Kirtanya Tirtha Yashasam, birth singing his glories. Punya Shloka Yashashkaram, his glories enhance the glories of devotees. And Dhyaye Deva Samagrangam Yavan na Chavate Manaha. One should meditate upon all his limbs until the mind becomes fixed. So this is the description of the Lord's form that is given in Srimad Bhagavatam for performing which stage of the Ashtanga Yoga? Dharana. Right? Dharana, what are we doing? We are fixing the mind on the Lord's overall form. So overall form ka ye description Bhagavad. Otherwise it is difficult. See, if even the meditation that we read about or we hear about, वो meditation में क्या बोलते हैं? We just meditate on nothing. How can we meditate on nothing? It's very tough, very difficult, right? So the process given by the Supreme Lord Himself is meditate on my form in this way. That is much more practical, more tangible. And then dhyana, the second last stage is meditating on the limbs of the Lord and Vaikuntha Leela. Okay, so now we saw the whole body of the Lord in dharana. Now go to each limb. So here from verse number 19 to 33, okay, you can read these verses. It's very beautiful. I am rushing through, but you can read it. Shanti se aap padh sakte hain usko. So, dhyana, meditation on the individual limbs of the Lord, lotus feet, then his knee, below the janu, below the knees and calves, the thighs, the hips, the navel, the chest, the necks, arms. So, description is given of each limb of the Lord. Okay, each limb. Kaumudaki, his club, Mala, his garland, his pearl necklace, his lotus face, his eyes, glance, how he glances, his smile, eyebrows, laughter, all of this is described in these verses from 19 to 33. So, no other scripture of the world या कॉन्फिडेंस से बोल सकते. No other scripture of the world, okay, gives a description of God. This is the unique treasure that we have in this country. What we have through Srimad Bhagavatam, through the Puranas, through various scriptures, the description of the beauty of the Lord is given. And Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of our ISKCON movement, he went to the Western world to establish this personality of Krishna. Personality, person. God is a person. Otherwise, people in the Western world and even in India feel that God is just an energy. कुछ power है. किसी को पूछो कि भगवान क्या है, वो भगवान एक कुछ power है. They are not able to describe. We are not able to describe. And look at this description. एकदम सटीक, specific, clear, undisputable description is given about each limb of the body. What is our fortune? We get to read it. We get to hear it. And by hearing this, what happens? We will get anukram. By one, we will get all these wonderful things like ruchi, asakti, bhava, and prema. Right? So Prabhupada went to this Western world. When we sing Prabhupada Pranati, he says, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namne. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Desha Tarane. Nirvishesh, which is impersonal. Shunyavadi means monistic. Paschat Desh, Western world. Tarane. He has delivered them and brought them to the lotus feet of Krishna. The lotus feet of Krishna means he's a person. God is a person like you and me in quality, but he is unlimited. We are infinitesimal, he is infinite. God is a person. Prabhupada established this. So, like this, in this chapter, 28th chapter, detailed description is given of the Ashtanga Yoga process. And the last few verses describe the unfortunate state of the yogi who gives up the form of the Lord. He uses the meditation on the form of the Lord. Some of these Ashtanga yogis, they use this meditation on the form of the Lord, but they give up the form of the Lord to attain impersonal liberation. So this is what is mentioned in the 28th chapter. 29th chapter we will do next time. So I'll end here. Miraculously, I have ended on time. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Gurudev ki jai. Jai Gaur Premanandi. Hare Hare. Any questions, comments? Anybody has? Yes. Meditate is always says that you concentrate on your breathing first. And then you are telling about that so what is the difference between the two? So it is the stage. See, if you remember what I said, the first stage is Yama Niyama. If we are following Ashtanga Yoga, we are trying to follow Ashtanga, first you have to do Yama Niyama. Basically, live a very regulated life. Then after that starts Asana Pranayama. So in asana and pranayam, it is still at the bodily level. We are trying to use our body to control our mind. Okay. So there, first by simply focusing on breathing, you try to just become very focused. Baki sab distractions hata ke, you focus first on the breathing. Just by breathing, focusing, you are practicing the process of controlling the mind. The mind will go here and there. No, just concentrate on the breathing. Right? That is stage 3 and 4 of the whole Ashtanga Yoga. But stage 5 is where we do pratyahar, withdraw from all material things. Then dharana, fixing the mind on the form of the Lord. That is stage 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8 is dharana and dhyana and samadhi. So what you are saying is correct, that we are at that stage we are just focusing on breathing. But in the subsequent stages, we don't focus on breathing, we focus on the form as per the Ashtanga Yoga process. Most people do not know this. Yoga is seen as just some form of exercise. Do yoga and improve your back. अपना कमर का तकलीफ सब चला जाएगा. Do yoga and your health will improve. पेट का चर्बी निकल जाएगा. Do yoga and you will have better sex life. These are the things we hear about yoga. But that is not what real genuine yoga is. Genuine yoga is this, where we meditate on the form of the Lord. First, control our senses, then meditate on the form of the Lord. Like that. Does that answer your question? Hare Krishna. Any other thoughts, questions? Yeah, dhyan so before dhyan comes the process of dharana. Dharana is just focusing on the overall form of the Lord. But dhyana, you're meditating on the limbs of the Lord and Vaikuntha Leela also. Even the Leela of the Lord, you're meditating on that. So it has gone beyond just the form of the Lord. You're actually seeing the Lord moving, you're seeing the Lord, his activity, his smile, his various qualities, his Leelas. You're seeing that. You're meditating on that. Samadhi is the state of mind where you are virtually absorbed completely in the pastimes of the Lord or in the Lord's activities. आपको और कुछ नजर नहीं आता. That is what is called samadhi. Now look, see, because of Western influence over the years, over the decades, we have completely destroyed the meaning of these words. Samadhi is used very casually, ना? कोई नींद में गया तो क्या समाधि में गया क्या बोलते हैं ना हम लोग जोकिंगली we don't understand what is samadhi. It is something very exalted. ये स्टेज तक पहुंचना सबके बस की बात नहीं है. It's not possible. And that is why in the age of Kali, where we do not have the ability to control our mind, we do not have the ability to sit down in one place with back erect, focusing our eyes on the tip of the nose and then looking at the pastimes or looking at the form of the Lord. We don't have the ability. Our mind keeps going here and there. Therefore, it is said that Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam, Kalau, Na Asteva, Na Asteva, Na Asteva, Patiranyatha. In the age of Kali, there is no other way, no other way, no other way for Gati, for reaching the ultimate destination than chanting the holy names, chanting, which is what we're going to do now. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gurudev ki, Gaur Premanandi. So now we'll all chant together. Yeah. So this is the mala that is there in your hand. Okay. First of all, keep the mala on your middle finger. And with your thumb, we keep pulling it down. So every time we chant one mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. We pull it down with our thumb. We pull it down with our thumb like this, one by one. Okay? And we don't use this finger. We only use thumb and middle finger. अगर पहली बार कर रहे हैं या बहुत ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस है राइट हैंड मिडिल उजवा हाथ तो अगर पहली बार कर रहे हैं ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस नहीं है हाथ में से माला गिर भी गया कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं फिर से उठाओ फिर से चालू हो जाओ ओके एंड मेन थिंग इज नॉट दिस मेन थिंग इज हियरिंग ओके स्पीकिंग क्लियरली एंड हियरिंग ओके सो लेट अस चैंट टुगेदर जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Jai Shri Krishna. Guru Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. So thank you very much for joining in this. Uh, as you can see, this is easier than sitting with your eyes closed and just trying to meditate on the form of the Lord. It's very tough. सबके बस की बात नहीं है. But closing your eyes and chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Even a child can do it. बच्चा भी. You see, that is the difference between Bhakti and Ashtanga yoga. Very easy for anybody to do. So thank you very much. We'll have Kirtan for a few minutes. हाँ, करता जय श्री
तो हरे कृष्णा. तो वन ऑफ आवर डिवोटीज बीपीसीएल से आते थे, मधु गुलाटी माता जी. शी आफ्टर रिटायरमेंट दे शिफ्टेड टू कारगर, बट their daughter and son-in-law, they met with an accident in Mexico. So they were badly injured. They are in the hospital and all critical surgeries are going on. So we will kirtan this now. Kirtan we will do. This kirtan we will pray for them for their quick recovery. So Mihika, I think, and Aditya, their names. So their surgery is going on. So Mataji requested that we chant. Actually, I forgot. Actually, chanting also we should have done for them. But at least we'll do the kirtan for them. So kindly pray for them.
Very good. Next time. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर. हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे राम हरे राम हरे